Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF, and I am bringing you a couple of fun Christmas projects for the One Stamp at a Time blog hop. Now, I've made two projects for the hop. That is what we do. We do a card and a 3D item. So this was the card I made, and it's basically a melted snowman. So I've used a bunch of sequins and the little foam snowballs and the Stampin' Ice glitter, and then I've punched a hat out of the Let It Snow DSP. I've punched a carrot and the stick arms, and then with the embellishment kit I've added a couple of the coal buttons and eyes, and I just stacked them on top of each other. So, oops. If we look at the embellishment kit, what I did was I took, say, two of those and just put them back to back so that they wouldn't stick. I wanted them to still be a shaking element within the card. So very simple. I just used still scenes, 2 every season for the snowflakes, and Itty Bitty Christmas for the sentiment and the 2 dies. And then on the inside, actually I haven't stamped anything on the inside, but I did use some of that glitter washi tape that is part of the snowman embellishment kit. So that was super fun, but that is not the project that I'm going to make with you right now. I am going to make this cute little treat holder. So it is a window bag, and then I've just got a punched snowman with Christmas cheer on both sides, and it's just a glimmer paper. This really takes no time at all, and just wait until you see the candy that's going to go in the next one. So for the supplies, we will gather a few things. So I have already punched my snowman. I had made quite a few weeks ago, but this is just the sparkle glimmer paper with a snowman builder punch, so we need 2 of those. We need Itty Bitty Christmas, and we're using the Christmas cheer. We need a scrap of Coastal Cabana and our classic label punch. We need a scrap of vellum, so I will cut that down when we get closer to it. And we need some DSP, and I chose this frame for the little window. Now, once the snowman's on here, you can't see so much through the window, but I felt like something was missing without it. So that part is completely optional. You could also have it where it's not hanging down quite so low. But I used this die for that window in the Ornate Frames dies. And we need, besides our adhesive, we need a regular office hole punch and the, what is this one called? The metallic edge ribbon with the silver. Okay, so that didn't seem like a lot when I was making it, but it seems like a lot now that I'm saying it. Okay, so we can trim this piece of vellum down to just about an inch wide, 1.25 inches. And trim it down to, we'll say 2.5. So that's all we need for our little window. And you can use a window sheet too. I just prefer the muted look where you can't exactly tell what's in it. Seriously, wait till you see what's going in here. I'm hooked. Okay, so for our DSP, I'm using the Let It Snow, and I love these trees. You can use either side. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Trimmer, and now we want our trees to be upright. So we're going to, this needs to be 5 by 7.5, so we're going to trim it down to 5 on the long end. Actually, hold that thought. Let's cut it at 7.5 first, because then we can leave that piece intact. Okay, so now we'll take this down to 5. And this is the new Stampin' Trimmer. It cuts like butter. It's incredible. So now we are done with the cutting blade, so we can park that at the bottom and just use the scoring blade. So on the long side, we are going to score at, sorry, I'm just looking at my instructions, 1.5, 3.5, 5, and 7. And then on the bottom, we are going to score at, how tall did we have this? We're going to score at the 4-inch mark. With the hesitation, you'd think I'd made this ages ago. I actually made a prototype last night, and then this sample I made this morning, so it hasn't been that long. But I've never claimed to have a good memory. Okay, so what we want to do is notch these, the ones that are more square. So we're gonna notch those, and then tiny bit on the other side. Just a tiny bit. And then this is a square, so we're gonna take a slice out. Slice, sliver, sliver, and then we're gonna cut that piece off. And we can actually cut that down too. This is a very simple bag to make. So now all we need to do is fold and burnish those score lines. And you can use your bone folder or you can use your fingers. It's totally up to you. I find with this glimmer on here, it can be tricky to use a bone folder. It kind of gets stuck. Okay, so there is the basis of our box. Now, before we go any further, we want to die cut our window. So when you're looking at it, you've got your tab over here, you're skipping 1, 2, and you're die cutting on the 3rd. I'll just put a piece of washi tape in there. Okay, so the stitching unfortunately is on this piece, but it's okay, it still leaves us a nice shape. And if you haven't thought of getting the Ornate Frames dies from the Spooktacular Bash suite, even before Halloween was over, this is just going to be wonderful for so many things. Sentiments galore. I'm really hoping it carries forward to the new Occasions catalog. Now with vellum, I like to use snail and just kind of put it on all the sides of this. I find that glue seeps out too easily. And then if you've gotten somewhere you don't want it, just use an adhesive eraser. And then pop your vellum on there. And then again, take your adhesive eraser, get rid of any that has gone beyond your vellum. I get my adhesive erasers at Dollar Tree and they are often out of stock, so when I do see them I grab a few. Always makes a great gift for a new stamper. Okay, and if there's some on the front, you want to get rid of that too. Just always hold on to your paper. You don't want to pull too hard and rip everything. Okay, so now we are ready to rumble. So the easiest way to put these together is to lay it flat and just do that. So I'm just going to use some glue. You can use tear and tape. if you'd prefer. Now you do get a little bit of overhang, so you can trim it just a little bit shorter before, or you can take your scissors and just cut that little bit away. Okay, now we're ready. Make sure that you fold your flaps down first. And I always do the back first, and then the front, and then turn it upside, or right side up, I guess. And then use your glue or something with a little bit of weight and height to it, and just push down on those flaps. Okay, and then all you need to do is pinch together at the top. And now when I did my first one, I actually used the triple, not the triple banner punch, the delicate trio punch, this one. And I used the hole punch there. And I could do that again, but I want a little more control. And I actually did 2 holes the first time, and it's a little too much. So using a crocodile or just a plain old office punch, you can see that the flaps come in the middle. They meet there. So just try and get it right in between those two. There we go. And now are you ready to see what goes in it? So it is saltwater taffy. And it's a winter mix. So there is chocolate chip cookie, I'm not sure how that's a winter one, cranberry, eggnog, my favorite, hot chocolate, and peppermint. They are delicious. They look pretty. So when this is actually a bag and a bit. When I did this one, I wanted to have the pink and the green showing because it complemented the DSP. So what I did so that we don't see a whole bunch of paper is I just kind of push those in. And this was $3 at Walmart. They are delicious. They are soft. And it reminds me of that Friends episode where, if you're a Friends fan, I mean, you know I am. I just went to Friends Trivia a couple weeks ago. Mona brings Ross back some saltwater taffy from Vermont or something, and Phoebe has never had it, and she's chewing it, and she says, "What is this? Is it food? Is it gum? What is going on here? Can I have a pink piece, please?" It's just so cute. So add one of each color. It doesn't have to be perfect. Hot chocolate ones are really good too, but eggnog is my favorite out of these. I do love chocolate chip cookie dough. It just seems like a weird thing for taffy. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, we're seeing a lot of the wax paper there. Still seeing a lot of the wax paper there. I want to be able to see the colors. And it's a great treat holder in that you don't need to put a ton of anything in here. But if you're being as particular as me, it could take you a while to get them just right. Okay, so there's that. We're going to take some of the metallic edged ribbon. Can you believe I just got this maybe a month ago? I didn't have this until I did my Still Scenes class with Tiffany. Unbelievable. Now before we tie that, we are going to get rid of this candy, as good as it is. And we are going to take these 2 snowmen, put some glue on both sides, and we're going to take a little bit of the metallic silver thread, probably don't need that much glue. Make a little loop. Trim it and then just put it down. And now all you're going to do is glue them together. And before you tie your bow, you want to put this on. That'll do. It's cute enough. And then we're going to take our Coastal Cabana cardstock. And using Bermuda Bay ink and our Itty Bitty Christmas sentiment, we are going to stamp Christmas cheer twice. Okay, and then once that's dry, we can punch those out. And we are going to take our mini dimensionals and put 3 on one side. I was over the moon this morning. I was watching Kelly Atchison's latest video and it had that tip. She had watched one of my videos and saw me using my paper piercing tool that way. So she demonstrated it with your take your pick tool, which obviously works just the same, and I have used both. But it was just so cool to have her mention me. We are partners in the Creativity Without Borders, but still, it was neat. Okay, so that's it. It's pretty simple, right? So just a minor difference between the two. That has 2 holes punched, and my ribbon, I've tied it so many times that it's fraying now and it's a little bit short, but isn't that just adorable? A cute little treat bag, didn't take much paper, didn't take much time, and it's just as cute as can be. I drop new videos each and every week, so please consider hitting that subscribe button below. And if you need the supplies to make this or any other project, and you live in Canada and are not yet working with a demonstrator, I would be thrilled to fill that role for you. If you would like to shop at a discount, consider joining my team and you will have your own discount and monthly meetings and so many great perks being part of the Crafted AF team. So that is truly all for today. We will see you soon, my crafty friends. Bye.